Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. If you're looking for jewelry that makes an impact on your self-care routine and your style, Empowerography would love to offer you a discount code to one of our exclusive partners, Quartz and Canary Jewelry and Wellness Company. Please use code EMPOWER15 to receive 15% off upon checkout at www.quartzandcanary.com. Quartz and Canary is truly the place where spirituality meets style. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Ellen Contardi. She is the president of the Waves of Changes for Autism. How you doing today, Ellen?
I'm doing great, Brad. And you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here and share a bit about your story and your journey here on the podcast, and also for being part of the Empowerography community. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
This is an absolute pleasure, Brad, and I'm so grateful to have a platform where I can share this with the community and beyond, and I want to thank you for that.
My pleasure. The honor and pleasure is all mine, Ellen, so thank you. So let's jump in. So Ellen, you're a passionate child advocate. You've worked as an educational assistant with the York Region District School Board. You're the president of the Waves of Changes for Autism. And last, but certainly not least, you're a mother and a wife. How long did you work as an educational assistant for the school board?
Brad, it was a very short window that I was helping out. It was just while my children were young, I was able to stay at home and keep myself busy. So the criteria was very different back then. It wasn't, I don't have a degree in ECE or anything like that. It was a parent helping out with a child that needed just that little bit of help, either reading a book or finishing an assignment or that sort of thing. So it was a small window that I helped, but a very rewarding one. You know, I still remember one child that, you know, when he read that book, he was just so overwhelmed and overjoyed, and I felt for him, you know? Like, yeah.
So you enjoyed your work as an educational assistant, as brief as it was?
Oh, absolutely. Working with children is so rewarding at any level.
Why is advocating for children so personally important to you, Ellen?
I believe that we need to be good role models for these children. And I believe also that children, you know, they go through a journey in life, and they encounter ups and downs, and we as individuals need to be there for support. So I believe personally that we must advocate for these children who otherwise can't, and sometimes be a voice for some who cannot.
Yeah, absolutely. When did you decide to take this position as president of the Waves of Changes for Autism?
In 2016, an opportunity presented itself. A group of parents asked us, myself and one of my other board members, Loredana, and asked us to run this charity. These parents had many struggles with autism and felt that they thought financing these programs directly to families was the way to go. Now, through they've asked, you know, the two of us to sit on this charity, and we took it absolutely and flew with it. And here we are in our 5th year, and it's been an amazing journey. But that's how it came to us. It was through some parents that were affected by autism and asked us to take it on because they had a conflict of interest with the charity, being on the charity. So we said, we agreed. We thought this is a great idea. Let's help families directly.
No hesitation whatsoever on your part? Just right away, yes, I'll do it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when it comes to children and children that special needs, they need that little bit of extra help. How can you not?
Yeah, very true. Can you tell us exactly what Waves of Changes for Autism is all about and what you do as an organization?
Absolutely. Waves of Changes for Autism is a registered non-for-profit charity.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely volunteer run. The team is fiercely supportive about helping families and supporting families living in Vaughan affected by autism.
Mm-hmm.
We fund children 13 years of age and under. Our goal is to assist as many families as possible every year with the costs incurred for their specialized treatments. So that's ABA or IBI or speech therapy, or sometimes it's just having, the need for an iPad to communicate.
Right.
Those kinds of things. We've even funded which was very unique, which is a car seat for a child.
Okay.
That it was very dangerous for this child. It, kept getting up and down, up and down. They needed a specific car seat for this child out of safety. So that's what we try to help out with their treatments.
Okay.
In addition to surpassing our $1 million mark, we are just in our 5th year. This is like immense for us. We have funded 235 applications to date.
Wow.
60 corporate sponsors have contributed to our cause. We've had 95 events to build awareness, and thousands of like-minded community members have participated at our events. So this is quite an accomplishment for this charity to have, had in 4 short years.
That's amazing.
And I tell you again, we could not do this without this community. Our community is incredible.
Community is everything. It plays such a huge part. I mean, together as a community, we all thrive and everybody wins. It's amazing what can be accomplished when a community pulls together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So as president, what is your role? What does that entail for you?
I'm no different than any other team leader. We all have a job to do, and that job is to help these children. So I don't look at it in any particular role. I just am part of a team of a very dedicated group. And I don't think I do anything aside, like sometimes I am the voice or the face of certain things.
Right.
I do meet with people and that sort of thing, but I'm just a team member, just like everybody else.
That's amazing that you think of your role that way, role as president, as you're just a team. Everyone here is on level playing field. We're all equal. We all put in the same amount. It's amazing to hear that. And that's so refreshing.
Well, absolutely. I'm no better than the other person next to me. We're all here to do one job, and that's to help these children.
That's it. More people need to think like that. These people that let these titles get in the way or let their ego get in the way of, the job that they're all there to do. Everyone is there to do the same job. The end goal or the end result is all the same.
Absolutely. And that's what our goal is, it doesn't matter what my name or my title is. We all, and perhaps maybe the person aside, next to me is probably doing even much more,
Right.
It just, yeah.
That's very humble of you. I think it's incredibly refreshing and inspiring.
Thank you. I don't get caught up in titles. I don't need the title. I just need to help these kids.
Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason you chose to work in particular with children with autism? Is there anything that really resonated with you and why you chose this?
When I heard these parents talk about the struggles that they had, it wasn't something, again, it came to us in that time period that they asked us to take it over. So I really hadn't thought about, like, perhaps it's autism or any other deserving cause. It was just come to us. And I thought, just listening to the struggles, I thought, let's try and make a difference. Brad, we started our first fundraiser in 2016 in a few weeks. And I thought, perhaps if we can just gather 100 people and just have a night out and try to raise some funds. Well, I'll tell you, Brad, that year we had over 450 people attend our gala.
Wow.
I was floored. The amount of support that we received from the onset and still to today is so, we're just so blessed. I don't know.
That's inspiring. That is amazing.
And there are so many deserving causes. Like you said, why autism? It just presented itself that way.
Mm-hmm.
I had done a lot of work with the Cancer Society as well.
Okay.
When I was at home with the kids, raising the children. I had just lost my mom to cancer, and I felt I needed to give back somehow. So we had a little chapter here in Vaughan, and I was helping there every week. I thought, how do you help? You know, and I don't know. I've always enjoyed helping. I have to say, I've always enjoyed being a part of something. When you can say you've helped one person, I think that's very gratifying.
Yeah, when you've had an impact on someone's life, it's the most incredible feeling in the world.
Even as small as it is.
Yeah.
Even just listening to somebody, Brett, sometimes just that listening, being a shoulder to talk, you know, like to lean on or someone to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's
absolutely.
It's
It's amazing. And again, it's amazing what you can accomplish as a community. It goes back to community again, right?
Well, look, in 4 short years, like, come on, we've raised over $1 million.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
We have not left one child behind. Every eligible application that came across to our table, we have funded.
Incredible.
So we are so proud. And I can speak on behalf of the whole team. We are so proud of this accomplishment.
And so you should be. That's something incredible that you should be proud of and celebrate that success. And amazing. It's an amazing feat.
Yeah, we really, truly are.
So speaking of accomplishments, what is your favorite or most inspiring part about the work you do?
Just knowing that we can make that little difference in the life of a child on the spectrum.
And on the other side of that, what would you say is the hardest part for you with the work you do?
I'll be honest, when I looked at that question, Brad, I said, nothing's hard here. This is I don't find it hard at all. It's challenging like any other work. This past year especially was extremely hard on our children.
Right.
The pandemic has certainly thwarted our fundraising efforts, and we had to take a pause, and we were not able to open up our application process.
Okay.
That was hard. That was a hard pill to swallow. I was heartbroken because I thought, how do we not help these children, especially in a pandemic when they're, children on the spectrum need structure, they need, schedules, they need to follow. And here we are, everything went out the window for them.
Yeah.
And now we can't even help them financially in any capacity because our dollars come from our major fundraisers, which is our gala in September. And that's where we raise the most amount of money to help these families. And we wouldn't have enough to do that.
Yeah.
And that was very hard. So if you say anything was hard, that moment when I had, myself and the team had to decide to put a pause on this for the year, that was hard.
Yeah.
But we're back 2021 and we're going to do this. Yeah.
Is there a certain amount of applicants that you can only handle per year? Like, is there a cap that you put on the applications that come in, the amount?
Thankfully enough, we have had enough funds every year to fund all of our eligible applications.
Amazing.
So that was amazing in itself. So the first year we started with 32 applications. Not a lot of people knew about us. Then we went to 38. Then we went to 50. Then we went to 125. Wow. So you see the pattern is starting. More people are getting to know about us and reaching out for help, which is wonderful.
Absolutely.
And yet we've been able to source so many new organizations in the business sector that have helped us immensely to be able to accomplish that. So that's wonderful. We've never had to turn anyone away. Now, moving forward, I don't know what that holds.
Right.
But I know that our team will do whatever it takes to help as many children as we most possibly can.
And because that's what it's all about. It's helping the children.
Yeah. And as a charity, we are governed by the CRA. Mm-hmm. We don't hold any funds back, right? We take the lump sum aside from our expenses that we've had to, incur during the time to build this fund, and which are very minimal. I'll say that, because we are of the 1% of nonprofit charities in Ontario that give more of their money back to the cause. So we just disperse all those funds equally, without bias, equally amongst all of them.
That's amazing. I love it.
So if we have 100, we equally disperse to the 100.
Are there that many charities that don't do that don't fully give back all that they bring in?
Well, we are volunteer based, so right. It's not to take away from. There are so many wonderful charities out there that are doing amazing work, Brad. But they also have a staff that they need. They're not we're a very grassroots organization, right? So we don't have a staff. And while I sit on this board, no one will be compensated on this in this charity. Right. This all must be strictly volunteer and out of the goodness of our heart. And I have found such an amazing group of people that feel and are like-minded. So we don't have those expenses. I don't have an office. A friend of mine gives me a little desk that I can work out of, out of our financial compliance office. We don't have a lot of overhead.
Right.
These organizations need that.
Yeah.
Again, we're very small. We're just starting off, and our expenses are very minimal.
What's the goal for you as a president and as an organization, not just you, but for the organization? What's the long-term goal for the waves of changes for autism? To
be able to continue to fund every single application that is eligible to come our way. That's my goal. We're situated in Vaughan. I've had people come up to us and ask us many times how, could you open up a chapter in Newmarket? Could you open up? I don't have the time. I'll be honest, Brad. This takes up a lot of time.
Yes.
To do this, I can't, and nor do we have the funds, Brad. That's the other thing. We don't have enough funds to do all these things. So perhaps if someone, wanted to sit down and say, how did you do this? I would love to sit down and tell them how we do things here in Vaughan. But yeah, I think our main objective is to move forward into this new decade on the same trajectory we had left off, and just to keep helping children, and as many children as possible. That would be our ideal goal.
Well, you started out with an incredible trajectory, $1 million.
We were on this, and then the pandemic hit, and that was honestly, but it's okay. We're going to remain positive. We are still very committed to this cause, and 2021, we're going to open up our funding program, and we're going to raise as much money as we can, and we'll see where we land.
I love it. Now, you're a very active member of your community, obviously being the president of this charity and the other work you've done. With what you've created here, how big of a role does the community play in all this, and how has their reaction been to the work that you're doing?
Their role is huge, huge. Without them, I could never do what I do. The community here understands wholeheartedly the challenges that these families face every day with their children. And their support and commitment to us has been nothing short of immense. I am so fortunate to live in a community with such like-minded individuals. It's so heartwarming. Starting with our mayor and his team at the city of Vaughan, great organizations in our business sector here in Vaughan and beyond, to our fellow residents. each one is so committed to moving our community forward in any capacity. So through sponsorships, through donors, through participation at our events, through building awareness, all these people have come together and helped build this charity to what it is today.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Again, everything goes back to community and pulling together as a community.
Truly.
And
Truly.
you thrive so much more.
Truly.
And everybody wins. Everybody. You can't lose with a community.
Yeah. How do you lose when you know that you've helped one person next to you that's needed help? Like, how do you lose? You don't lose.
You just
it's a
can't.
win-win for everybody.
That's right. 100%. Can you tell us how others, how they might want to help out? How can they get involved with the work you do? If there's others out there listening that really resonate with what you're doing, is there a way that they can get involved?
Oh, absolutely. There is so much work to be done, Brad, that we welcome any help. So if you want to join the team, just reach out to us through our website, through our Instagram, social media platforms, any which way. Pick up the phone and call. We have a number. Some people want to host small events. Some people want to just build awareness. Some want to raise funds. Anything and everything is welcome, and so are people. We have met such a diverse group in our team that brings so much to the table. Each individual brings something special to the table. So, anyhow.
Awesome.
We're welcome. Yeah, we welcome anything and everyone.
Yeah. To date, Ellen, what would you say is your biggest high or your greatest win?
I know I sound repetitive to you, Brad, but
no, not at all.
My biggest achievement here is, aside from my family, but with waves, just being able to fund each eligible application without leaving one child behind to date is my biggest win.
That's something to be very proud of. That's not repetitive at all. It lights you up. This is your purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful?
Well, I don't have superpowers, that's for sure. But I think the incredible team behind Waves of Change, I think that's our superpower.
Okay.
Without these individuals, we could not have the success that we have had in such a short, short years.
Yeah.
They are the heart of this organization, along with myself. I think that those are our superpowers.
Okay. Speaking of success, how do you define that word? What does the word success mean to you?
I know that success can mean many different things to individuals, but for me, when I lay my head down at night and I ask myself, what have I done what I can? Have I made a difference? That to me is success. And I believe I have, without sounding prudish.
No, that's not at all. I think you have. Absolutely.
And that to me is success.
Beautiful. What would you say is one of the best pieces of advice you've ever received?
Always do the right thing for the right reason, and you will never live with regret.
I like that.
Yeah. That was what someone had said to me.
What makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
I think just doing the best I can whenever I can.
Okay. What would you say is one of the most important things you've learned in your life? And what was your life like before learning it? And what was your life like after learning it?
My life's always been a very simple one, Brad. My dreams were to get married, have children, and my husband answered my dreams for me. So it's been very simple. I believe being patient with myself was something I needed to learn. Making mistakes, learning from my mistakes, from each mistake. And through that, I think just know that I'm growing stronger each day because of it.
Okay. What would you say was a turning point in your life, and how did that affect you?
I don't think there was ever a turning point. It's just been a natural journey. I think that things just came up in the right time, at the right place, and it's just been a natural journey for me. It wasn't one specific thing that said, okay, this is what, unless you think maybe when they approached us to take this charity, it was a
I would think that would be a turning point.
Asking us, that could, very well be a turning point as well.
Because that's changed your life. That's brought so much more to your life, right?
It has definitely. It's like I have a third child. Yeah.
There you go. There's your turning point.
It's definitely my third child.
What is one of your favorite quotes, Ellen?
I admire Mother Teresa. I think she was one of the most wonderful, inspiring people out there. Mm-hmm. One of her quotes is very resonates with me. Okay, that was just to spread love everywhere you go. Mm-hmm. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. And I hope that I've done that with a lot of people. I hope that just being with me or being around me has made them feel that. I'm sure it has. With all the work you do, and how could it not? Yeah, I think we need a lot of love in this world. We do, for sure. And I think really especially now. Yeah, we need to come together, and we have. Look at how things have changed in the past year. People are spending more time with their family. They're prioritizing differently. I think we've done. If there's a silver lining in all of this with the pandemic, I know it's been terrible for a lot of people and very hard and challenging, but perhaps that was one thing that we did take a step back and just see what's best and what's important for you, your family, your priorities start to change. I think that's a silver lining, I think, in all of this. Yeah, I think we do. We have to find the silver lining, because if we don't, we'll end up going down a very dark and deep hole and be very hard to climb out of. There has definitely been silver linings. I mean, that's not to take away from all the heartache and pain that a lot of people have suffered through and suffered with, but there is silver lining in this all too. Very, very sad. Yeah, for sure. When I see all these people affected, businesses, and that's people have lost loved ones, yeah. Oh, and just this long-term care whole thing is just... It's incredibly sad. Heart-wrenching. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What does the word empowerment mean to you, Ellen? I think strength in being able to do what I can for my community, for people. I think, empowerment to me means strength. I don't know. Okay. Who would you say have been the three most influential people in your life? First and foremost, my parents, for their resiliency. Mm-hmm. They came here from a foreign country, and my background is Italian, so they came from Italy with nothing and no one aside from a few friends to help out, and they were so resilient and raised our, myself and my sister incredibly. We lacked for nothing. Secondly, I think my husband for his strength. He's one of the strongest people I've ever met in my life. And not strength in a way of, he's just a very strong and determined individual. And my sons, I think, are my other, for their goodness. They're good-hearted, kind. What would you say is your personal motto? Family first. I'm all about family. It's been very difficult not to be able to gather everybody together. It's a very tough time for everyone. Yeah, but family first. I believe family should always be first.
Absolutely. Ellen, if you could set up a billboard anywhere, where would you put it and what would it say?
I don't know where I would put it. I think it belongs everywhere. And I think it was another quote that, I admire Mother Teresa. I do. Peace begins with a smile. And if you can just smile at an individual, just go down the street and you smile, and it's just such a nice feeling when someone smiles at you, I think, so.
Yeah, honestly, I've thought about this a lot in the last while, and the fact that I think that we as humans still have a hard time, and I can't understand why, we have such a hard time grasping the concept of being nice to others. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that there aren't nice people out there. Of course there are. And I think there are more nice people out there than there are not. But I still think that we as a human race have a problem with being nice to people. And I cannot for the life of me understand why. I mean, something as simple as you just said, a smile, can change someone's day completely. Yeah. Make a world of difference in someone's life.
Just, even like a smile, or even just saying, how are you?
Yeah. But genuinely meaning, how are you?
Yeah,
you get these people that ask you how you are, but they really don't give a shit how you are. They're just saying,
and they're not even listening after.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they think it just needs to be said. That's what needs to be said.
Yeah. 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 I think that smiling, I think that's the first thing, the first thing you see on somebody is a smile. Mm-hmm. It makes you smile, right?
Yes, exactly. Smiling is contagious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember when McDonald's, this is going back quite a few years, on their menu board?
I can go back quite a few years before that. I remember a lot.
But do you remember when they had on their menu board, smiles are free?
Yes. Yes.
Like, that's gone. They don't do that anymore. And I think it was great. I think it's a great marketing idea. I think it's amazing.
Yeah. The power of the smile is incredible.
Absolutely. I would have to agree with you 100%. Yeah. Ellen, what gives you the motivation to keep going?
These children and their families. Just listening to some of the stories are heart-wrenching, Brett. Mm-hmm. Honestly, they're heart-wrenching. And that motivates me. That motivates me as to how can I help that? How can I make as little as that change is, or, how do I do that? I think that's what motivates me.
Okay. What is the most recent investment you've made in yourself?
Starting back with my exercise routine. I'm not consistent. That's my problem. So with, pandemic belly, holidays, eating, drinking, everything's been off, everything. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I had to start back with my exercise, and I just need to be consistent now. I need to stay focused and consistent.
Well, good for you for starting back with it, though. That's a start. That's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Good for you.
She keeps me on my toes. And calls me out when I don't.
Yeah, see, accountability is always good. It's always good to have someone hold you accountable, for sure.
She does.
So we're going to do a little rapid fire section here. So a few questions, few word answers I'm looking for. Okay. How would you describe yourself in one word?
Headstrong.
Stubborn. Money. What's that?
Stubborn. In our dialect.
I think headstrong is better than stubborn. It sounds better.
I think let's say headstrong.
Let's go with that. Money or fame?
Happiness.
Okay. Early bird or night owl?
Oh, early bird.
What's the first thing you think when I say the word future?
Peace.
If you could teach the world one thing, what would it be?
Kindness.
What's one thing you want but cannot buy with money?
My health.
If I had an extra hour a day, I would?
Clean. I'm a clean freak. There's always something I can just clean up quickly for an extra hour.
My favorite way to unwind is?
Well, now I've been binge watching all these programs, so just watching a favorite program.
Okay.
Netflix is killing me. There's so many.
I know. There's a lot of choice out there.
My goodness.
The last book or podcast I listened to or read was?
The last book I read was Everybody's Son by Thridi Amriga.
Okay.
And I think I'm pronouncing it properly. It was about race and privilege
Mm-hmm.
and just what a parent would do no matter what for love.
Okay.
It's a wonderful book.
Okay, that's the end of the rapid
The
fire.
last podcast was yours.
Oh.
I listened to one of my dear friends, Carm Viola,
Yes.
who sits on our team, and I listened to it and I thought, such an inspiring young lady. When I met Carm,
Mm-hmm.
it was through a mental health event.
Okay.
Something drew me to her automatically. There's just something about her. And you just brought out so much and about her through all your questions. And she was just so fun. And yeah, like it was great to listen to.
Well, thank you for listening.
It was great.
I'm flattered. And
really
yes, Carm is an amazing woman. She is such an inspiration. The work she's doing is, it's amazing, much like the work you're doing as well. It's just so incredible. She's a beautiful, beautiful
she's so
soul.
Passionate about these kids and their mental health and making it. Yeah, she's just She's
an amazing woman, 100%.
Yeah. All you know what? I've looked at all of them. I'll be honest, Brad, but she was the last one I watched. The amount of people that you have had on your podcast, so inspirational, each in their own unique way.
Yeah.
So passionate, so driven, so
Yeah, each one of these women's stories is incredibly inspirational. I personally pull inspiration from every single one of them because they're all amazing and inspiring and beautiful in their own right. It's an incredible thing.
I applaud each and every one of them. Honestly, you've done a wonderful job with all of them.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Ellen, if you could step into my shoes, what would you have asked yourself that I didn't ask you?
Oh, I think you covered everything. Right?
All right. Well, that's good. That's good to know as an interviewer that I've
Bravo, Brad.
Thank you. Ellen, if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
To be present in every moment. They are fleeting, and cherish each and every moment.
Love it. Lastly, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, what would that last 30 seconds sound like?
Life offers many precious gifts: family, health. Always remember that there's always someone who may need your love and help in some way. I think we must wake up every day with a grateful heart and respond with love and kindness to whatever comes our way that day. As Winston Churchill once said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And I think when God blesses us with so much goodness and abundance, we need to raise our standard of living by raising our standard of giving. I think that would be, giving back is so, so important.
That's beautiful. I love it. That's an incredible speech to leave the world, leave your mark on the world with. Amazing. I love it.
Always try to make a difference in something, in somebody's life, and in whatever you do.
Absolutely.
Do it with conviction. Always do everything with conviction and passion. And
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you do the things in life that you do with passion, it bleeds through and people will feel it and they'll naturally gravitate towards you.
And hopefully you can also influence that one person to do the same.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's an incredible feeling, first of all, to find your mission or your purpose in life. But when that mission or purpose is also to give back and impacts people's lives, there is nothing better in the world than that. Nothing.
Yeah, it's true, Brad. It's really true.
Ellen, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today and share a bit about your story and your journey, the work you're doing. You are an incredible inspiration. You are a beautiful soul, and I love the work you're doing, and I'm so honored to have had you here on the podcast as a guest and to have you as part of the Empowerography community. It's been such a pleasure chatting with you and hearing the work you're doing and hearing your story.
Brad, again, I want to thank you. Those are such nice, kind words you're saying. I want to thank you on behalf of all these families and the children we serve in our community for giving us this platform to be able to share what we do here in Vaughan. And I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you, Brad.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure. Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest has been Ellen Contardi. She is the president of the Waves of Changes for Autism charity. Thank you again, Ellen, so much for taking the time to be here today, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the day.
A pleasure, Brad.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at visuphoria.ca and follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.